I will call to order the Conservation Commission meeting of Wednesday, March 11th, 2026, 6 PM in attendance, Anthony Zampacini, Elizabeth Stoughton, Jason Gumpert, Thomas O'Brien, and
Megan.
Megan, sorry, Megan.
Unbelievable.
Totally got it right.
We're all new. Still
It's been a
learning.
long day.
First item on the agenda, approval of the minutes, 2/11/2026 open session minutes. You have enough people to vote on it.
Yeah, just continue those for now.
You want a motion?
Yes, please.
Motion to continue the approval of minutes 2/11/2026.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye. Notice of intent, NOI-2026-01, notice of intent at 0 Nelson Street, Assessors Parcel ID 2C-45-299, for the construction of a single-family home subject to the Wetlands Protection Act 310 CMR 10.00 and the local wetlands bylaws, Chapter 424, Wetlands Protection, applicant Ted Bukowski, 1307 Tinkham Road, Wilbraham, Mass. 01095.
Good evening.
If you can just state your name for the record, that'd be
Sure.
great.
I'm Mike Petrus. I'm a professional engineer with Engineering Land Solutions. This is Mr. Bukowski sitting to my left. I brought copies of tabloid-sized plans if anybody wants them. They may be a little more legible than, you guys already have them?
We have we have what you submitted, which are I think we just have the proposed conditions in 17 here.
So you want,
They might want the, yeah, that'd be good.
I uploaded a stamped copy just for you.
Perfect, thank you.
No problem. I don't want to walk by the wires, I'll
Oh,
knock everything over.
no, you don't want to trip.
Can you give me some reference where this is on Nelson Street?
If you were to come down, I'm not too familiar with East Long Meadow.
Go down,
Next to Friendly's?
Yep,
yep, go down there.
Yeah, left, right.
turn, Go all the way to the end, take the left, go around the crazy corner, and it's on the left-hand side.
yeah, the corner comes tight, you're forced to go right because there's a paper street. This is probably the third lot on the left.
Okay.
From the house that's sitting on that, in the corner.
Yeah, yeah, when you come down the road, there, it appears to be a two-family, I'm not sure if it is or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then there's vacant land, this is the far southerly piece of the vacant land. It's a little deceiving, there's a gravel driveway there.
I know that neighborhood. I grew up there.
Oh, okay, there's a gravel driveway, that actually is partially on Cross Street, which is a paper road. So on this piece, we're proposing to construct a single-family residence with the associated grading, utilities. There are existing utility stubs, meaning water and sewer, on site to service it. There is a discrepancy, though, with the sewer. You'll see we called out 2 test pits prior. The plans differ from each other, so we're not sure which location it was actually built at. The as-built shows both. So there may be 2 stubs for this property. And it could have been a possibility, because before they filed, or Mr. Bukowski filed, this specific parcel was 4 parcels. So it was all combined to make one. Within the work as we proposed it, you'll see it's, all the boundaries, the resource areas are associated to the eastern side of the lot. The up gradient portion of the lot is the western side. No work is proposed within the actual resources. We are within close proximity of, the 25-foot buffer, to point that out. The 50-foot buffer is marked, and the 25 we located on the plans to show how close we are. One benefit of the retaining wall feature is it does give an absolute stop that the commission can, I haven't been before the East Long Meadow Commission in quite some time, so I don't recall if you guys require permanent boundary markers. But the retaining wall, we propose that it serve as such for the work zone limit.
So you're gonna build up to the 25-foot buffer, that's what you said? Or do you wanna, where you wanna put the retaining
Just
wall?
beyond it, if you look on the,
Beyond it, closer to the brook,
yes,
so within it?
within the 25-foot buffer, yes. It averages pretty much right on the 20-foot line.
That's pretty steep gradient back there. Right, and it goes right down to the brook, that's the proposal.
Yeah, so this site, what we found, it must have been an old fill site through time, development or whoever developed through that area. You'll see two test pits that we call out. They're the circles with a hash cross through them. Both of those went 10 feet deep, but we did note the top 3 feet, 4 feet was fill or disturbed materials. The site was previously cleared. If anyone, being from the neighborhood, you may recall that. It was all low-lying brush and some relatively young growth trees. When I say young growth, maybe 20-year-old trees on site, small diameter. There is a large collection whenever we do a site walk together of Japanese knotwood down at the bottom. We propose to mitigate that within our proposal to you, that we apply herbicide to try to kill it off. But as far as mature growth, if anyone went by it, it's a cleared site currently. What we maintained is the edge of where there still is vegetation. So that's kind of why we chose this location for the retaining wall. Anything upgrading of it has already been cleared or disturbed.
So is the retaining wall in this picture?
Yes, I can,
On the
I
other
mean, that
one.
green line right there?
It's in the other, last page of the packet.
There you go.
Oh, that helps.
or you may not.
I updated. Gotta get a magnifying glass.
I know, well, there's no legend, that's the legend.
I noticed.
Oh, is it the legend? Gotcha. Okay, yeah, I don't have that. Thank you.
Here, green here, green here. This one right here, this is green. That one's green. That one is,
I'll take the.
that one is.
I'm trying to understand just on the land conditions, proposed conditions. There's what look like the contours from the original. And then there's the dark,
Bold lines.
with the bold, are those contours as well?
Those are the proposed.
Okay. And does that create, is that why there's a mention of swales? Is that because you see swales will actually form where those contours meet?
Yes, so the way we have it is, if you would, imagine the backyard sloping here, the retaining wall. We're following the cross grade. Right now, there's a cross slope from south to north. We're kind of keeping that within the drainage pattern.
Do you have anywhere that marks what the gradient is, like?
Yeah, I was wondering that.
Like, we need to see the gradients on this, like,
Percentages, is that what you're asking?
Yeah, what's the drop?
Slopes, yeah.
what's the drop, what's the slope?
Oh, so from the rear of the house, these are 2-foot contours. So essentially, from the rear corner of the house, it's about a 7-foot drop to the retaining wall currently. We still drop the same amount. I don't know if it's easier to approach you guys to explain
So
it.
what's the height of the retaining wall proposed to be?
So if you look at the TW, that's top of wall, BW is base of wall, or bottom of wall. So at the highest point, the wall's proposed at 8.6 feet from grade. And at the lowest point, it matches into the grade. The only reason we keep the wall so high at 8.6 is these blocks that we're proposing, the plans in there, are 2 feet in dimension for height. So realistically, if you look at the grading the way we have it, the top cap, or let's say the upper 14 inches, will be showing. Kind of as a deterrent to mark the edge, as well as, you know, the building department or Mr. Bukowski may elect to put a fence at the top of it also.
So you're gonna dig down for footings 4 feet below grade.
No. The way the gravity walls work, if they're not, building code wise, as long as they're not supporting a structure or, you know, a house, we don't have to get down to the frost-free zone. These are working similar to just a gravity retaining wall system. So if you look, we have
They're gonna
probably
set it
2.5 feet, 3 feet.
They're gonna be set at grade.
Not at grade, but in the plan, it shows we'll dig down, typically a half a block gets buried, and then there'll be probably a 12-inch stone mat below it.
They're all interlocking.
Yes. And what happens is, you'll see in the diagram, there's what's called deadman. You actually bury a block or two in the fill, and we tie the wall back to it to make sure that it doesn't rotate. It's kind of overkill, but coming to the commission and Mr. Bukowski, if his family moves in or if he sells the parcel, nobody wants to come back soon for a failed wall. So it is, we admit it's overkill, but it is required in this circumstance.
So you dug down, it's a couple of feet of whatever, rubble disposal, and what was the rest?
It was actually a pretty decent, it was more like a sandy loam. East Long Meadow, typically I find the reddish clays. I think that's the underlying parent soil on this site.
Because just, that whole neighborhood is sugar sand.
It wasn't that sandy. I mean, it had more loam, so maybe a loamy sand.
Maybe it was fill.
We definitely were in virgin, because I could see the groundwater modeling.
Put you in the ground and
Because you go 100 yards from that, and that was just sugar sand right
Was
there.
it?
not straight up, I'm pretty sure
Literally
you can
100
have.
yards from there. And I know the veins over there, they run true generally.
Yeah. So definitely, there's hillside weep going on there for sure, which could indicate the sand lenses you're talking about.
So I'll just speak, I've been on the board a long time. And years ago, it was, used to be 50 foot was like the hard line. And then, I'm not gonna give you the history of it, but 25 became the line in the sand now.
Sure.
No pun intended. We have had situations like this where people wanted to build a retaining wall, like right at the line, and one in particular, the plants next to Pleasant View, right here. And we didn't allow it. I mean, because really to install that wall the way they were gonna do it, they would have literally been digging in the wetland.
Yeah.
I mean, they're digging in very close to it's the outlet for Heritage Park. And this is similar. I know that brook, I know the size of it. So I don't know what the rest of the board feels. Is this, could you do it with less?
I was going to offer that I could talk to Mr. Bukowski, but we could arrange it on the 25-foot line. More so, the reason I chose this, as I mentioned, this is the edge of what's already disturbed, so I figured we're not introducing new clearing. We could move it up to the 25-foot line, but it serves as two items. You know, we're trying to responsibly develop this site, and whoever the end user is, instead of coming back to the commission, because I've been on projects that we've actually re-permitted retaining walls and moved them to gain a backyard. So we felt this was more than sensible for the house. But if we lose the 6 feet by moving it forward, I don't think Mr. Bukowski has an issue with that. And we could locate it north, or in this reference, west of the 25-foot line, if that's what the commission would prefer to see.
I would prefer it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we haven't made that exception before, and I'm not looking to do that.
Yeah. No?
Yeah, and 25 feet, and it's,
Pretty close.
right, and it's a brook.
Yeah.
And so, would your construction be at the limit of the 25, or would it encroach into,
Well-
closer to the brook? Because you're getting,
Be at, I mean, the back of the wall I can put right at 25 if everyone would agree, because essentially, we're definitely in parent material back there, because when I augured for the deep holes, you know, we had the traditional depleted B matrix, the real dark A horizon, you know, topsoil horizon. So it is natural back where the wall's gonna be. So essentially, we're digging down 2.5 feet at most, but it's a trench and it'll stand well, so you know, and they build from the upland side, they won't be down, right, because basically the excavator just grabs it and they're like Lego blocks.
Steep pitch and.
So,
yes, you're going
That 20
to paw that right down to the 25 feet.
yeah, we would
Put
mark,
below that.
yep, 30 inches most likely. But we would stack it on the uphill.
I thought you said it was half of them.
It is, but we bed it on stone. So we'll probably have, yeah, we'll have 8 inches, 10 inches of stone below it.
They hear
I forgot what we specified in,
really steep,
I think so.
or do you know how
but we could be at 20,
hill
That's what
starts?
if everyone prefers 28, you know. I just don't want to get,
Want to ask them how far out?
just for the fact that,
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, an instance like this would be pretty recognizable, but just walking the stream, there is, you know, downhill sites unfortunately collect trash. I don't think the homeowner would ever do that, but there is trash along this stream. And you know, a lot of times, I think it's a balance. This cross street, I don't know who uses that dirt road, but it is active, and I don't know if it's a DPW thing, or, if someone wants to comment on it.
Use it, okay.
Oh,
That cross street is there, it's a dirt road?
yeah, so if you see the dashed line that I showed just south of it, a portion of it actually falls on the neighbor's property, the way it's defined now.
From the back of the house, going toward the stream,
Yep,
how far back does it go before it pitches down? Because that is a real steep pitch.
yeah.
How far would you say from the back of the house to where it pitches down?
So from the back corner to the stream, yeah, it's 2 feet, 6, yeah, 6, 7 feet,
Yeah, 7 feet.
Jesus,
Yeah.
wow, there is no backyard.
yeah. That's kind of why we're
That's
introducing,
why, you know, you start messing around at the 25 foot. And I believe that's the Pecosic
That is.
that goes through, that's
Yeah.
constantly flowing.
I think it's tributary to the Patusa.
Yeah.
No, that's the Pecosic.
No, Pecosic starts up here, Indian Springs, and it goes right through Forest Park, and it goes out to Connecticut River under Route 5. And any,
What I'm saying is, when I did the research, to the eastern side, there's a more defined stream, and I believe your GIS map labeled that as the Patusa. Yeah.
wow,
This is tributary, I mean, when I first was out on site, this one didn't have any flow. When I went out most recently, that nice, like Indian Spring we almost had in January, when we delineated, it was a beautiful sunny day, and we got a snowstorm, I think, 2 days later. It was flowing pretty well then.
So you're saying that that's not the Pecosic?
No. Or that's what I am saying, yes.
I'm just trying to picture my.
all right, when it
Is
leaves,
it or is it not the Pecos?
It's not, it feeds into the.
Feeds into
it
it.
feeds into it,
That's
okay.
swampy area.
That's tributary too. There's a very large swamp area to the southeast of this property.
Yeah,
Yeah, very large.
I wonder what that is. Okay.
cut through that swamp many, many times. Newspapers.
Yeah, this is Pecosic Brook here.
I mean, to give the board or the commission some history as well, we did try on Mr. Pekowski's behalf to get waivers of frontage, waivers to side yard by average dimensioning. Will, your building commissioner, wasn't comfortable with the application, so he said that we'd have to go before the zoning board to do that. And then just for time, it didn't make sense if it didn't work out. But we did try to move the house closer to Nelson Street, and we tried to move it closer to Cross Street, but that was ultimately denied without zoning board action.
Why did they deny it? I thought if it's an unbuilt street,
Yeah,
doesn't ownership go half and half to the butters? It's
and I explained that to him, that we could argue that, but Will, at that time, wasn't too comfortable with the town bylaw to interpret it either way, so he, rightfully so, he said, recommended that we go to the zoning board.
Yeah, so the Pekosik's way back there. I know where the area you're talking about now. It's the swampy area that, yeah.
I mean, the site, as designed before you, keeps any drainage currently on-site. You'll see we introduced the swale to the southern side of the house to keep anything there on the parcel. So we feel that it's pretty protective, but we're not adverse to altering it to the commission's comfort. Ultimately, I would think we'd all want to get out there to see it if we go with Alex or you folks collectively.
Yeah.
I think it may be easier, we can stake the house out, as he mentioned, as a requirement.
So when you build this wall technology's been around a while. And it's proven itself to be pretty,
Oh, yeah, these are what they refer to as mafia blocks. You can buy them as seconds, or you can buy them as, first production.
I know what mafia blocks are.
Yeah, they're, to the folks on the commission, there are some concrete supply yards, instead of dumping the extra concrete out, they make these blocks.
So you have no plans to put drainage in front of this wall?
There is drainage on the backside and on the front side as well. There will be drainage associated with the wall. It's just the upper top, when it's loamed, we always still introduce a swale to get the standing water away from it.
So that drainage is gonna be baffled when it outflows into that area?
Well, we figure it's going to be very slow moving. Groundwater moves much slower than surface water. I don't anticipate any surging. We can always call out, when these walls get built, they're not a perfect trench per se. There will be some stone on the front and back side. And we can call out an additional foot of stone if that makes the commission feel more comfortable with what's spilled out of the wall.
And how long is the wall? Sorry, I'm not seeing that.
The lot itself is 120 feet wide, so the wall's about 90, 94, I think, from memory.
Okay.
God, I gotta see this.
And how dense is that knotweed down there? Because that's,
I apologize.
how dense is the knotweed by the water? I guess I'll see it when I go on a,
Yeah, but on the northern side of the parcel, so if I was to split the parcel on the northern side, it's pretty bad. Or pretty dense.
So you
Oddly
angle,
enough, not to the southern. There was some shoots coming up, but nothing terrible.
so you angled the wall to accommodate flow?
Yeah, and kind of lend itself to the site because it blends in almost to zero on the southern side. And then if you look to how it finishes on the northern side, it's only 2.5 feet above the ground. So it just takes away the curse of the center grading, essentially. The one benefit of the retaining wall that I tell commissions as well is, if you imagine a site, right, we all know a site like this cleared is generating a lot of water running off. So the retaining wall helps us grade it back out, and it slows down the point discharge of the storms. And gains land as well. Usable land, I should say.
Do you have any description, like a narrative on the topography changes and what's going to happen, how the.
Drainage wise?
Yeah.
I mean, I could generate one.
Okay. Yeah,
Well, yeah, if that thing's gonna be 8 feet, so,
we need-
so from right behind the house.
see that and what's going to happen with the topography.
Well, instead of the narrative, what may be better, as a suggestion, if you guys want, I could take a profile right through the lot. So what that does is it'll show you, so when you look on plans, some of you may know what it is, some may not, but when you look on subdivision plans, you'll see the grid and the profile of the road. We can take a profile through the lot and show existing grade versus the house and proposed grade. So you'll see the color differentiation and how much fill is there. Is
Fine, yeah.
Is that good for?
If you have the numbers on it too, which show the,
Oh, it'll show all the elevations, because everything will correspond with the height.
that's fine, yeah.
So you said that wall's gonna be 8 feet?
Yeah, at the highest point in the center, it's 8.5 feet,
You're only filling it till within how many feet of the top?
7.
7.
Yeah, so
But
but the upper foot, 14 inches, whatever it ends up being, will be consistent as a boundary. I never, with retaining walls, I never like leaving them flush unless we're putting a guard at the top, just so they're recognizable.
So what, when you muck this out, right, you're gonna have to bring in some substantial fill.
Yes. Where the house is going to generate some, but it's going to be a walkout, so it's not going to be terrible amount. It definitely will need to come in. And I can give you an estimated quantity if you guys want on the profile as well.
What's the height going to be from the top of the wall, once it's up and you bring in fill, to the back of the house? Where you would,
Level, right?
It's going to be a walkout, so it's going to be almost that grade.
that grade, so,
So, I mean, realistically, 14 inches, for the step out in the foundation to meet code for, fill against siding.
it is a lot of fill.
I mean, if you look at it, the grading works out, each line is 2 feet, right? So we're proposing top of wall at 202. So at the back, it's going to be, the basement slab is almost going to be level with the existing grade in the backyard.
So you walk out the back and it's going to be level right to the top of that wall.
Pretty much, from the back of the house to the retaining wall, I'm dropping it maybe a foot. It'll be gentle graded.
Okay, but that's a lot. 7 feet
Yeah.
to the edge of that, to the top of that wall is how many feet approximately?
If, from the house to the wall?
No, once the wall, once the wall's up, all right, so so afterwards, how,
So if you look,
it's not,
an easier way till I get you guys a profile to look at it, if you look at the wall, and then you see the grade lines that we're tying into it. So at the southern side, which is your plan left, my right, it's almost that grade, sticking into the ground. As we go to the midpoint, that's where it's 8 feet of fill. So if you can imagine grades going like this, our fill's going like this. So it's a triangular fill. We're almost going from 0 to 8 feet. So that wedge is significant. And then it goes back, because it's all side sloping as well. Because realistically, I held this probably as 1 in 8. So it's dropping 1 foot and 8 feet on the side slope. So we're filling a portion to the corner of the house, then the whole site is going to blend in. But a lot of this will be easier to describe to you guys through a profile, or even on site, I can set up a string if we wanted to look at it that way. I'm not 8 feet tall, so I can give you maybe 6.5 feet.
It's walkable, you said?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
I mean, I haven't been out there.
Brickers.
I'm sure it's pretty cleared. But right now, yeah, it'd be a little greasy for us to walk, because the frost is still underlying.
yeah, I wore my wetsuit.
Yeah, exactly.
Any special equipment needed to do the work on this kind of a slope?
No, and a typical excavator will handle this. In fact, when they dug the test pits for me, it was just a tracked excavator.
Do you want to open it up to questions out with that?
Yeah, we probably should.
Because there's a woman out there that has her.
The narrative that, I haven't seen this packet, I don't think, in full, but does it have anything about native plants found on the site so far, or anything like that? Is that in here?
Other than
I know.
wetland delineation we did, and then we brought up the mitigation of Japanese knotwood.
Yeah.
It was kind of tough because when we were out there, and you'll see the site is cleared right to.
Right, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'll answer questions. That's okay, but.
Yeah.
We'll open it up to questions from the audience now. If anyone has a question, if you can just raise your hand and then come forward and state your name for the record. Mhm, yes, please. Just because of the Zoom, we have to have recorded, sorry.
So my name is Alina Sanchez. I am the house that is right next door. So
Okay.
that land will go down on an angle, and I'm afraid of the flooding that comes through there. First of all, I want to say that the land was, the trees were not young trees, they were huge trees that were taken down, huge. 3 or 4 were left very close to my property for I don't know what reason, if you're going to take everything down. And why were they taken down before anything was approved? That's one thing. Traffic is going to be a problem because of that corner. If anybody knows that neighborhood, that corner is, just, it gets really.
I used to live down there. I know
Yeah.
it is, yeah.
So, how is the drainage going to affect my property?
It shouldn't affect you at all. You sit much higher than this parcel, as you
No,
alluded to.
I'm down.
No, if you look at the grades, we graded right onto your,
Okay, so I'm over here.
oh, I apologize, I thought you were
Yeah.
over here.
No, that's someone else. Yeah.
So there's a parcel in between you and us, but this
So
site,
who owns that parcel? You guys own that parcel as well?
no, I don't believe so.
The parcel behind
Is it
The parcel to the
next to
north,
my property?
Yeah, that's my mother's property.
yeah, so just to describe this plan to you, when you see the grades up like this, that's a swale, so this drainage is being held to this side. And then this, the drainage from the natural heads this way, which we mimicked with this design.
So my concern is that the neighbor that's back here that had put in a pool,
Yep, there's a pool up here.
right? So that property, when they put that pool in, affected my neighbor that's like 2 houses away from me.
Upgrading it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't
They got
speak to them.
flooded, so my concern is, will that construction affect?
It shouldn't by any means, because that, if you look at, just to put in perspective, the lot that she's speaking of, from the road is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 feet in elevation higher.
So she's from the road, looking at the proposed house, she's to the right.
I'm in the dead end.
She's,
That dead end
she's the house we mentioned that would come straight down.
So
I'm on the
in
left-hand
this,
side.
in this corner down here, sorry, I'm just trying to, in this corner up here, where's your house?
So
Nelson
this is,
across.
where's the proposed house is
Yep.
here? This is my property right here.
Oh, over here, okay.
Yeah, I'm at the dead end when you're coming down Lull. I'm on
Yep.
that left house there in the
Got
back.
it, yep.
So,
In her house,
I know your house.
from memory, you're very close to the road, right? Is it a bluish colored home, if I remember?
my house is, no, it's a tan color. And so I'm on a paper street, actually.
Oh, you're beyond
I'm
the one
on
I'm
the dead
speaking
end,
of. Yep.
Lowell and Nelson.
Yeah,
So I don't have a driveway. My driveway actually is the paper street.
yeah. No, I think I know which one you're talking about. We wouldn't affect you with our site, that's for sure. We can shoot the elevations on the site walk if anyone wants to.
And
We've
have
got
you had a
GPS
wetland
unit.
scientist come out and,
Yep, we are.
You are
I've been doing
okay.
this for 32 years.
okay. The what? The swale. Oh, the contractor's great swale to keep, how do you plan to keep the stormwater on the property?
The swale that you
swale.
mentioned, yeah, we've got a swale to the southern side.
The swale, how are you going to do that when, with the stream? They said they, I don't know, wanted more discussed what the swale was. How can
so-
you predict that with this, the flow of the stream? Because you're with the fill, with the topography, you're bringing that fill up. So you're changing
The whole
the
grade.
whole flow of everything. So with changing that topography, what you're gonna mess with the flow of the stream and the flow of
My
the
house.
swale.
As I explained to the commission, it typically, in a situation like this, helps the drainage issue. So if you can imagine the site now, I mean, just for illustration, let's say it's this way. All that water is rushing by gravity due to the slope. What we're doing is, let's say the house, from the road to the house will be now leveled off. It'll drop through the house, and then from the backyard, it levels again to the wall. So there's something that you call time of concentration when you're doing stormwater, and it's the time for like a concentrated flow. This will definitely reduce the concentrated flow, which is what affects everyone during the crazy storm. When you look at the street and you see it build up against the gutter line and it's really racing, that's when it's concentrated. To put in perspective, this that's why we kind of disperse the flow. We have a swale along the wall, we have a swale on the southern side, and we introduced overland flow to the northern side. So we didn't create one swale to try to alleviate any concentrated flow. It's pretty well dispersed now.
And what is the responsibility, say, 29?
Ma'am,
Okay.
can you introduce yourself? And
Yes.
moving forward, questions are posed to the board, and he responds to the board.
Okay.
All right, so if you'd like to step forward, introduce yourself, that would be awesome.
Okay. My name is Jody Pamonte, and I live at 60 Nelson Street. And one of the current concerns was in the neighborhood, because we've been talking to a lot of people in the neighborhood, and they couldn't make the meeting tonight, but they're probably on Zoom.
Sure.
And they were concerned about flooding. So they said in 29 years, if they haven't had flooding, what if after a construction goes through and flooding happens, who is responsible for that?
Well, there's a couple of things. The building code addresses that nothing generated, the site can't shed more water than it has originally. So during construction and, before the CO, that would be directly between the building commission, or commissioner, excuse me, and Ted through a complaint by a neighbor if there was an issue. Just being familiar with the site and the low-lying or the relative elevation of the wetlands, I can't imagine a scenario, we've got bigger issues if this is flooding somebody up by Nelson Street. Because as I mentioned, it's a 17-foot drop. We could be pouring water into this, it should never affect your basement. You're to the north, south of us?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually located your house, I took it off this plan because we weren't representing that, but you're right up at elevation 200, because that's where this shot ended. So you'd be in good shape regardless. We wouldn't affect you, I guess, is the short of it.
Okay, we were talking upon other neighbors as well.
Yep.
Like she said, that lived on Lowell Street, that impacted them with the
Yeah.
flooding.
Yeah, and that must have been something other than the pool, because when we were back there walking the wetland and delineating, it's kind of close to the resource, but it's still, I don't know the layout of that street, so I can't say, maybe they changed something with their gutter system or the grading, or as Mr.
They
O'Brien
had to divert the flow of water somehow.
They push the water.
saying, maybe they took the fill from the pool and reworked the troubled area, and then that's how you got the trouble.
Yeah, it could have created a damming effect that could
Yeah.
have pushed the water inadvertently.
Okay. And I think that's what it says, the buffer zone and the brook, wetlands, and then you're doing that, the study of the steep slope and the runoff, the stormwater impacts.
And I've got extra copies of the plan if anyone wants to thumb
Yeah,
through
yeah,
them.
we have a copy or?
I think we did online.
Yeah, but we'll take a copy.
Thank you.
Here you go. That's
Is this
the,
the-
without the house, this is with the house. Sure.
Thank you.
And
I'm Jill Labonte. I live on Nelson Street, and everyone on Nelson Street and Lowell, we were all hoping that you would all go to the property.
Oh, we're going to.
Yeah, we're gonna-
We have other questions we
Absolutely.
answered first before we,
To physically go.
Yes, of course.
and see the,
we do every site, yes. Mhm.
it is, and it's already very congested.
The street.
I know I speak on the whole, we were heartbroken. Those were very seasoned trees, areas, they weren't, it wasn't little brush. Mike, the most recent home buyer on the street, specifically bought because it was told it was conservation land and wetlands. So I speak on behalf of all of Nelson Street, Lowell Street. We are dead against this, and it will just, we're really devastated by it. It's very upsetting.
no,
We will
We're
definitely.
not welcome to this at all. It's too small of a street to begin with. I mean, I think you know the area, Tom.
I've lived around the corner from there for many years, yeah. Mhm.
So this is,
it's actually approved by DEP. I put it in my report.
Please come up and.
Yeah, come up and
ask your
introduce yourself,
You guys
please.
have to introduce-
There's not much that I would drink a glass of.
Well, my name is Mark St. Pierre. I'm partners with Jody. The pesticides or herbicides, that's what I'm worried about because I make wine out of the knotweed. You know,
Really?
do.
That's very cool. I did not know you could do that.
versatile, so.
So, I mean, we put it as a suggestion. The commission can reject this suggestion and we don't ratify the not.
Yeah, because that's not thinly there, that's loaded with knotweed there, that whole place, you can't walk through it.
Yeah, it goes well beyond us.
Oh, way beyond,
Yeah.
goes the whole watershed.
Yeah, it's something that we'll definitely discuss. It's not something that's a guaranteed approval. And if it
Here's a
were to
copy.
allow it, we would have to approve the herbicide and the treatment, and it would have to be done by a professional that's certified to do that. Like, that's what we would require if we approved that.
Isn't that what we did?
So, who did
Come
the tree
forward.
clearing?
I'm not sure.
When was it done?
Cleared the trees? Was it, huh? Oh, Ted Fernandez? I don't,
What's the name of his company, you know?
do you know the name of his company, Ted? I don't know.
So why didn't you?
Get it for
Yeah,
us.
so
Okay.
why didn't you guys come before us for like the clearing of the trees or for the task force?
I think there was some communication error or breakdown.
That's definitely wetlands, and that should have come before us.
No, I agree, but I believe Ted had a meeting on the site. I'm not sure who was there from the town, but
Oh,
Alex, do you have any-
we were there, but we never approved any tree
Yeah, we didn't.
clearing. There was no,
yeah.
We went out, so when we go out, we don't go out with an auger like you do, so it's
Right.
just, it's approximate, it's just an approximate, the same way that if you go and ask the building department for like a plan of your lot lines are not definitive, and so we just went out, we knew there was wetland at the back, that's what we could see. And that was as far as we went with the conversation.
and just said that it would need to come before us before anything was done.
And other than that, we just knew, like, we were receiving calls, and we knew that there was a notice of intent coming.
Mike Choquette, 56 Nelson Street. I'm the house that abuts Cross Street. My question is about the knotweed, like, in about a month, you will not be able to walk through there by how thick it is. So what are you gonna do for that? And also, with the Cross Street situation that you mentioned, Tom, how does that affect my property, everything altogether?
So, or can I address them? Or do you guys want to?
Elizabeth, your call.
I mean, the cross street, sure, go ahead and answer that, and then we'll get back to the knotweed.
So Cross Street, if you want to look here, was maintained, that was part of the decision.
Me and Jody and Mark maintain it.
Oh, no, I'm saying it was, as I mentioned to them, when we went in front of Bill, the building commissioner, for the setback, it was agreed to treat it as see how it has the same frontage as what we're off the front road?
You're gonna go from the side across street on my side?
Nope,
Okay,
on our side.
okay.
So, and that's what I explained, as Mr. O'Brien said, a lot of times, if a road is a paper street, Ted can assert ownership to the center line, you can assert ownership to
Because
your
when I
center
see your
line.
stakes, it's pretty close to the cross street now. I don't know if that means that's where you're building, but it's definitely not 25 feet away.
Nope, the stakes you may be seeing are marking the pins.
Oh, okay.
We haven't staked the house out yet, pending our visit, and we wanted to wait till this discussion to know, because now I can move the wall, I can stake the wall 28 feet or wherever we talk about, so everyone can physically see it in the field. You'll see, when we stake the house.
I can see everything. I mean, you opened it all up, brother.
When we stake the house, we'll physically stake the corners, so you'll know where it is. A lot of times in construction, you stake an offset, and it looks,
Section of property.
you'll look in, wow, what are they building?
On the buffer or?
We'll actually stake the corners.
It's not in the wetlands.
But your street is being maintained, actually, the average setback, we're looking to use your setback to look at our house, which is legal. But ultimately, we agreed on the 25 feet. So you're actually gaining separation, pursuit zone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, not as much of separation as I had previously.
No, nobody,
Right?
So,
I get it, nobody likes a new
I'm just
utility
saying, don't tell
pole.
me I'm gaining,
Well,
space. when I'm
It's
not.
better than
All of our stuff?
it could be, I guess, is what we're saying. Other than the
So
alternative
it's
of
better
no
than
build.
the worst case scenario. I got it.
Exactly.
You want to close it though, right?
But we deal, it's unfortunate because the commission hears it, we deal with it every meeting. Nobody likes anything new next door. Nobody likes a utility pole in front of them.
Come up with a definitive list of what we're asking.
So
Guess it would have just been common courtesy before I had tree guys on my property.
I understand.
Tearing up my
We can't-
yard, things like that would have been nice.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I guess.
But-
Don't have man-
So, I have a question. I have another question.
We have another.
That's fine, go ahead.
Who approved taking down all the trees and,
It came out that it wasn't an approval, it was done in error.
it was done in error?
That's why I'd like to find out who you hired. If it's a major tree company,
Yeah, it didn't come before us, we
Right.
did not.
Okay, so we think it's, we called you a lot. I came in person.
Yep.
You said that you were gonna go to the lot. We all actually
I did
went
go to the lot, yep.
We did.
quite
We are-
a few times.
Yep, I've been out there a
And
few
it
times.
was, and he's a wonderful person and a great family, but I think it was, I'm pretty sure that you know it was the Turnberg family, okay? We also know that he was on the Commission for Conservation. We all know this, no one wants to say it. We don't want a dead cat in the mailbox, but we all know that this is going on. Those trees, that lot should have never been cleared out.
We'll find out who did it.
none of
That's part
you
it.
saw who did it? Any
It's on the
equipment?
red truck, but I didn't get the
No
name.
names on the truck.
Yeah, that's not Turnberg.
That's not Turnberg.
Now that we have to do kind of a post-investigation after the trees were taken down. So what?
So that's already
what's in
very
place to
sketchy.
remediate that if we find that, that we know they were taken down in error before anything was approved. So if we find that that was not an environmentally sound decision,
We will have, so we actually have remediation that we would do, and we would require native plantings to replace those trees. It would be part of our plan if we approve everything. Yeah, it's part of the process.
I'll wait my turn for that.
No, it's okay. If you're going to ask a question, please come forward.
Hi, my name's Alexis Carney. I live at 2 Oak Street.
It's okay.
I live across the street from where the property is.
Yep.
I just want to state that it wasn't just like 1 or 2 trees.
Oh, no, we have pictures. We know.
Okay,
Yeah, we,
okay. I just want to make that clear. Like, that lot was beautiful and now it's gone.
you're John's wife?
I am John's wife.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Good, gonna have a picnic down there.
We can propose mitigation and plantings as well, as you spoke of,
Yeah, we'll do some investigating. We need to know who did it, and we will then do a site visit. We're gonna require some things be done before you come before us again. And probably the entire commission will go out on a site visit, but there will have to be a restoration plan as part of it to replace everything that was taken down without permission. Tom, if you want to make a motion to continue.
Yeah,
Come up with a definitive list of things we.
yeah.
Yeah, we can do that.
I make a motion to continue the public hearing with the,
Let's talk about the list first before we continue.
well, I can't roll it all into one.
You know exactly what first.
Yeah,
Yeah, before
before we continue it, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if we were wrapping up
That's okay.
questions. I respect your investment. I know that you want to do what's right and build properly with the right environmental approvals. So once an environmental scientist does completely survey the property, really sink his teeth into the buffer zone between the wetland and the property line and all of the proposals when it comes to sewage, when it comes to runoff, when will those findings be posted? How can we access those?
I mean, once we get everything that we're asking for and it's submitted to us, it would
Go on the website, same way.
in the website,
The other plans.
part of whatever the agenda.
Yep, because when we tried to download this, you sent us letters and they had no pixels. I couldn't see any of this.
If you have any issues, just call my office.
Yeah, just call Alex.
Guys, promise you're gonna follow up, not like last time?
there's some new material here that will, I assume, go up on as part of the NOI, Alex, like, there's stuff in this packet that wasn't, I don't think.
Right, yeah, and the new material goes up.
Yeah.
Sure.
So on behalf of the neighborhood, we have grave concerns about the displacement. I mean, not less than 6 months ago, a bear was in the property. I mean, this is a very congested neighborhood. Raccoons come from, I was standing with my mother under countless deer. So there is a ton of wildlife displacement that's gonna be in everybody's trash cans, and it's gonna be in the middle of the road dead, all that. So that's a huge concern. It's a huge concern how everything has been green lighted before approved. So that, that really distresses the entire neighborhood. Somebody just came in and just wiped it all out.
Right, but we didn't approve anything though, so let's be clear, we did not know about the trees, did not come before us. There was never permission asked of conservation to cut those trees.
We called Alex the day they were cutting down, and I remember he told me specifically, they are allowed to cut down trees, it's property, they can cut it down.
If they're not in the buffer zone.
And they're less than 3 inches wide, that's.
According to GIS, they're not in the buffer zone.
We have pictures of what they cut, yes, we know, we have pictures,
I
but
can give you these plans.
there are rules of things they can do. I live in a wetland too, and there are things you can do and things you can't do.
This line here,
The whole property's in.
that goes across,
Is it not?
that'd be the
I
25.
think so.
Yeah, so whoever's cutting the trees was supposed to.
They should know, whoever cut the tree should know.
There.
Okay.
So when you say buffer, is that the buffer to what is protected as wetland, or is that?
On
the
our
buffer to her
side.
property?
No, it's protected on our side of the property. So your mother being to the
wetland
back,
is also on your plot.
exactly, see how this is the property line here? So see where it's blue? That's
Okay.
the banks of the stream.
And another concern that I have is, all of this water runoff, I appreciated the information about the sway and the water flow. When water really rises back there, it goes behind my mother's, and there's a serious erosion problem because it goes down. As that water rises up, it's become very concave, and that makes me very nervous because eventually it's gonna creep closer to her house. So that's a concern.
But if it's right in back of us, and not pointing fingers at anyone, but that would be an upstream issue. Because what's happening here doesn't immediately affect here. You know what I mean? The water has to surge and
So these are natural occurrences, and
that,
I guess
or
they're not necessarily.
somebody
addressing
could
them right
be
now.
doing something upstream.
Something I appreciate, because it was another extreme concern, is having a driveway along the side of the house. Oil runoff and gas runoff, any type of car issues leaking into that wetland is an extreme, it's something that people aren't gonna monitor on a daily basis, but it's an extreme concern when it comes to that property. So I do appreciate that there would be a garage and the driveway would go into the house. I mean,
And the benefit is it slopes to the street as well,
The street,
the driveway.
it's not a,
Similar to everyone, so if anything was ever to happen, it's not coming around the site, it's treated.
there's a hydrants
there
one.
can be like a small,
Yeah, I'd have to go look, I don't
some
remember.
sort.
A wall,
This area.
no,
Time to,
You're gonna have
If this-
to, that's a
So-
lot of bringing in a lot of grade.
excuse me,
So we're gonna need to cut this, and, because
Yes.
we have questions we need answered as a
gonna-
commission before we can even consider anything. So you guys are welcome to come back to the continuation of the public hearing when it's on the agenda next, which will probably be a month from now, because there's a lot that we're asking of them to come back to us with, and then we're gonna do a site visit. And you'll all be notified, it'll be in the agenda, you're welcome to come back to the next meeting. We should have more information then, too.
And I want to thank all of you for putting your time and energy into this, because it is very important to us. We really appreciate it.
Could you just remind me of your name for the record?
My name is Allison Ziegler.
Thank
My mother's property, she's Jan Ziegler, she's 74 Nelson.
For Nelson, okay. Cool.
So her property runs along the back of all of the houses there.
Okay.
Got it.
so, would you like me to read these?
Yes,
All right,
please, that's our list.
all right. So, before we move to continue this hearing, we need implementation of a legend on plans, topography change with narrative describing the impact on site. I'm sure Alex can provide copies of this, I'm just gonna,
yeah, I was gonna say, if you're reading off it,
And the
read it.
topography, I think, is what we talked about, just getting that
Right.
on the plan.
yeah, I'll generate a profile.
Yeah,
detailed information on the foundation of the home and deck, if the fill is being used, information on the source of said fill, and I would add to that, Alex, composition or consistency. Any new steps
yeah.
/ paths behind the house. This information has not been supplied, the commissioners can consider granting a 1-month continuance. We'll get to that. Commission has the right to ask for information such as the above as pertinent to this application, needed to fully understand this application. Clear and permanent limit of work with monuments should be considered for this project.
Blue line? Isn't that the stream right here?
I would say that that may be the wall, but under its current
Ask if that could be the wall, but
Under its current ownership, this parcel has been subject to extensive tree clearing in 2025 without any permit to do so.
Is that green?
So, yeah,
Planting.
we need to know who cut down the trees.
Yeah, we would like to know, Alex, you'll add that?
Yep.
We'd like to know who cut the trees down. You're responsible for the test borings?
yes, I'll give you guys the borings.
Okay.
But the site was cleared for the record when I was there.
Still within the section? You know that too. All right, under its current ownership, this parcel has been subject to extensive tree, mitigation plans of trees and shrubs are crucial for the preservation of the resource area and its buffer. Once all requested information has been received and presented, the commission should schedule and attend a site visit prior to approval. This application notes the treatment of Japanese knotweed herbicide by a qualified applicator. More information on target areas subject to herbicide treatment should be supplied and specified on plans.
So just, we want to know exactly where you were looking to treat the Japanese knotweed, like what section, so if you can mark it out before we go there, you put it on a plan, just so we can see exactly on the property where it is that you were considering doing that.
Yeah,
I would ask
that's fine.
for the identify the herbicide as well.
Yeah, and the herbicide that
Yes.
was recommended, or that you were considering using.
Yeah, so special conditions should be included for the herbicide treatment of Japanese knotweed. To handle that separately, I think. This condition should also
So,
include.
yeah,
The areas being approved for treatment should be specified. Herbicide can only be applied by a qualified applicator. Applying herbicide within jurisdictional areas can only occur while the order is valid. Yeah, the last part, I think we'll deal with separately.
be part of the order of conditions, I think.
Yeah.
if we approve it.
Yeah,
I'm not sure the right way to say it, but I would just add, a survey of the native plants on the site, so that we know sort of what,
Is there a
Is that the right way
narrative
to-
that explains what was, like, in the wetlands, like what was found, like what the presence of, did I miss those pages?
We do typically see that.
We typically.
I was gonna say, I normally always put it,
I could have just missed it because
The
it's
invasive species
formed.
is here. I see a section on that, rare species.
yeah, I've got wetland resources. I didn't spell it out. I will, I'll give you guys my delineation forms.
Okay, that'd be perfect. Yes, that'd be very helpful. Thank you.
So if anybody would like a copy of this, what we're requesting, Alex will be able to provide that.
It's written up.
Copy of the notice, I've got an extra one.
So Elizabeth, you want a motion?
Let's make it, make a motion to continue the public hearing to, what's a month from now, the next,
Mentioned you might be out. Our next meeting is the 25th. Is that conflict with you?
No, I'm back.
The 25th of what?
March.
When do you want to do the
I
site?
thought we were pushing it a month.
I would push it a month.
Yeah, you want to go further than that? There's
Yeah.
April 8th, or there's April 22nd.
April 22nd.
There you go.
You want to do April?
We'll do April 22nd?
And when do you
Is that
want?
okay? April 22nd?
Is there any chance to do the 8th or no?
Why are you saying?
We could do the 8th, that's a
Oh, we can do the
maybe.
8th, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys wouldn't mind.
Do you want to do, okay. April.
Yeah, we can do the 8th, yeah.
Is it, and this is the date we're going out?
Okay, I'll make a
No,
motion.
that's when we'll be back on the agenda, but we'll make the site visit after we get all this stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we continue the public hearing until April 8th. Conservation meeting.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And one question for the commission, the plan's getting really busy, I admit it. Are you guys adverse if I start putting them to a D-size sheet? Or, because some commissions prefer,
Make them as big as you want.
just for ease of,
Absolutely. You
I
can put
like
them on like
D.
a board.
like the bigger ones? Yeah,
Bigger the better.
okay. Well, I'll do both, I'll
Most
put
of us
them and
wear
then I'll
glasses,
split.
so the bigger the better.
Yeah. That way I can put more information on the one sheet.
Do we
Probably
want-
Make it much easier for us,
No.
That is
everybody.
all up to you on how you
Okay.
feel about that.
About the weather, I'm just thinking,
As long as it's dry.
do we want to schedule a site visit for before that meeting?
I definitely,
Do we want to go, do we want to go day of, just before? Does
perfect,
that work?
yeah.
We want to do that?
Okay, what time do you thinking?
Can we do 5 o'clock on the 8th?
Yeah, I'll make it work.
I mean,
Because we'll probably be here at 6.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, perfect.
Okay, April 8th. What time?
5 o'clock?
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock?
Alex, can you send us a calendar invite to those of us that
I'm gonna need it too.
email?
What? Don't you have carrier pigeons?
The house.
I mean,
Like what?
we do, but I don't have any person.
I'll double check and I'll add it to the calendar. invite.
What's a rain date if it's pouring out?
The rain
We
date?
can reschedule that beat.
Yeah, if it's
I
gonna
don't go
rain,
out in
if
the
it's
rain.
gonna rain that day, we can connect and during the week.
Yeah.
We'll watch the weather. I mean, it is New England, so, you know.
Fortunately, the snow's gone, I hope, right? We-
I,
Knock on.
yeah,
I get lost in the woods.
I don't think you're gonna get lost here.
God, I hope not.
Second meeting for the site, you're gonna be doing.
April 8th.
Yeah.
6 PM.
5 PM.
5 PM.
Oh, well, 5 PM is gonna be our site visit.
5 PM is our site visit.
6 PM.
PM here, yeah,
Here.
yeah. Yeah, it's 6 o'clock, yep.
So are you gonna be able to get the updates in advance of that meeting?
Yeah, I'll make sure I have them in your hands. I'll shoot for 2 weeks prior.
Okay,
Okay,
That's,
that's perfect, yeah,
ideal.
yep.
For the next item on the agenda, project.
thanks everyone for your time.
Thank you.
Alex, I don't know, is this to sign in? I signed.
Yeah, yeah,
No, that's perfect, thank you.
thank you.
Thank you.
I think.
Guys, thank you.
Where are we?
Tom,
What is your name again?
I'm Mike Peters.
PO 2025-01, stream alteration at 633 to 759 Summers Road. This is the culvert.
That's they built that for the sheep farmer.
Oh, okay, yes,
Event
yes,
thing.
yes,
Culvert that drains.
yes, yeah.
I thought he was coming for us, or what is?
So I have an update I'll
Okay.
give you.
Thank you.
So we sent a final notice to him on 10/24/2025. So it's been a while.
Okay.
We requested he hire a consultant by December 10th. The last email we got from, not the owner, but Ryan, the guy he's working with, was, yeah, I know, December 8th, yeah, Provencher, December 8th. He said they were potentially hiring Berkshire, and we haven't heard
anything
since.
Okay.
So,
This is on town property.
no, we determined, the DPW had delineated that incorrectly. It's not on town property.
It's on his property.
It is on his property, but it is a new stream crossing on his
That was-
property that was done without permits.
Right.
Clearing,
Okay.
right, it's been a while, I know.
Okay.
Right.
And this has been going on for,
What are our options at this point with this? I mean, we need him to hire somebody and to come before us with a plan, right? I mean, that's
yeah, I think the reality of the expense is probably sinking in, and that might be the.
Yeah.
gonna be
But,
really expensive,
I mean, whether to put it back to the way it was or to move forward with it is.
So what do we do? Deadline,
We've already done that like many times.
avoiding the deadlines.
So I don't know, I mean, if you want to give him, if we want to send another letter, or if we want to send another ticket, or what other paths you want to explore, but it's been a long time and
We need something.
Yeah, he's just,
nothing's materialized, it's been more than a year.
I mean, is this another Porter Road situation?
yeah,
Right?
That's kind of what's starting to feel
I'm
like.
loath to impose fines on
I know,
people.
me too.
I know.
Can we send a letter saying that if we don't hear from them by a certain date, then we will start imposing
The
fines?
board will consider imposing.
Yeah,
fines.
can we do that?
Okay,
And can we send it to him and copy?
I'll email it to Preventure,
Okay.
and that way it gets to
So
him.
he has it?
It has to go certified mail to.
And that's totally cool, but as long as he gets a copy, so he knows like, hey, FYI, we sent this out.
Okay, so let's see, we're on what, the 11th now? Being that he's known about this for more than a year, what do we want to give him for time?
Next meeting.
2 weeks.
yeah.
He can
So the
come
25th.
before us by the 25th.
So we need to have, what exactly do you want by the 25th? A nominated consultant, or for him to attend, or?
His presence would be nice.
Yeah, and the status of this project.
Attend or have, like, that he's hired somebody.
I would say both.
Or both, yeah, that's,
And the March 25th minute.
Well, 2 weeks is kind of tight, given you got to give him a certified letter.
Yeah, it'll give him about a week's notice.
Right, that's,
It's been over a year.
this is true.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Okay, so attend 3:25 meeting and hire a consultant by that time. Just a second,
Yeah, you're good.
sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, Alex. You're good.
Okay,
you're
that is it for that one. So it's just,
Just,
planning and community development department staff report.
so, like we kind of discussed, I followed up on 30 Violin with the drainage from the house, the new gutter system.
Yes.
It goes down the side of her house, under her deck, and dumps directly into the wetland, and there's actually an eroded groove, so that is, it's not off to the right, and there's no dissipator, it's just a pipe. I'm gonna send pictures in the, via email. I just went out with the building commissioner, but I just wanted you to know. We did ask for that to be included in the restoration plan to get that addressed. But I did follow up, and I just wanted you to know.
What does she have to say about the trees?
do we have a landscaper's name?
We don't have any additional, I have more photos that I have on the tablet ready to go for you, because I just went out. But I don't have any, she didn't supply any additional information on who cut the trees.
She doesn't want to tell us who the landscaper was, that's why.
All I can do is ask, so.
I know.
Truck.
That's kind of where we're at, but at least all of that is encompassed within what we requested of her. I do know she hasn't hired anybody yet, which is fine. I think we're
Yeah,
still within the deadline, but,
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't, aside from just some more pictures, which I'll be sending out, and specifically that, I don't really have anything else new.
all right.
So where does this stand? Is she coming back before us?
She has until, what's the date to hire someone?
I don't have the copy of we gave her a certain amount of time.
She has more time before she's to hire.
She's gonna come back, I believe she comes back with a plan,
Yeah, she's come back with the plan that the,
and then we would go back out.
Yeah.
I think that's where we kind of have it in the order, in the enforcement order.
so, yeah.
Yeah. She has to have that in April.
I think it's April, yeah, makes sense, because she couldn't do anything anyway until the,
Yep.
it's not frozen anymore. All right,
That's it.
Is that it?
Yep.
it's,
Next item on the agenda is adjournment.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.